Hello guys and girls, and welcome again for another 6th scale review. Today we're going to be talking about this fella, First Order Trooper, the Heavy Gunner with the Mega Blaster from Hot Toys. So there we go. Now, I was really looking forward to getting this figure in. One, because I really like the look of the First Order Troopers. And I put my order in for the Officer Trooper. And just the normal Trooper as well. But they ran out, so they couldn't deliver any more to Australia. So I got this Heavy Gunner, and as you can see, he made it through customs. So let's have a bit of a look at him. Now, we'll get the stand out of the way with. Very stock standard stand. First Order emblem on there. Black, boring, nice, but this is what we're after. Whoops. So, as you can see him there, he looks absolutely stunning, the First Order Trooper. I really like the look of him, and he comes with this one, came with the Mega Blaster. Now this articulates out. Like any of these 6 scale figures, you have to be really careful on opening up and closing all the articulated parts, because they are plastic and you don't want to wreck them. So that goes like that, and that sits on the ground like that, as you can see. I'll just there, and the gunner and the First Order Trooper sort of sits behind him and does his business, but a little bit more on that later. So this is the gun. Very big gun. Absolutely love weapons on my figures, and as you can see, it's got a lot of detail on it. You got your scope here that moves up and down. You got your sort of steel, I don't know if you could be able to see that, but the steel webbing inside the gun, which is a good highlight, a good addition to the guns. You can sort of see through it there, and then it's got like a metal core on the inside, so good detail in it, and a great gun, fantastic gun for displaying. A little bit more on that later. And it comes with a lot of hands as well. Couple of gesturing hands, a few fists, and your pistol grips as well. So yeah, good display of hands, which is nice. As well as his blaster. Now, a nice little blaster goes well with the heavy gun. You can see there, looks pretty cool. And that sits, magnetizes to the side of his leg there. So that looks really great. Now this vest, he's got 3 of these, like, I don't know what, charges or something that you would put in the gun. Yeah, it looks alright. Good looking vest on him. You can take that vest off and just have the First Order Trooper. That's why I liked getting this figure, because 1, he's got the heavy gun. I love weapons. And 2, you can take all that gear off and just have him as a First Order Trooper, which he looks pretty cool. So yeah, not much to him other than his armor and all the details in the suit, his guards, His helmet looks great. And he does look pretty awesome next to Kylo Ren. And there. Now I will say the articulation on him, as the flexibility in him, I might add, is not very great. He's got this like rubber suit underneath all his armor, and it restricts him so much. It's not practical to have him in all these great poses. And another thing that annoys me is when they advertise these figures, you look at the advertisement on the website and you want to be able to look at how they've posed him and to be able to make that exact same pose. Now, as an example, this pose. Now, if you think that you can get this figure with this gun in that pose, well, mate, you deserve a medal, because I tried it and I couldn't even get close. It was just way too hard. So I just pose him just by holding the gun like I did, as you seen right at the start. So as good as he looks and as accurate as he is, the movement in him is well restricted, which is disappointing. But, and being disappointed in that, I don't think I'll get any more of these first order figures in. One's good enough just to display. Yeah, I've got a first order figure. He can sit next to Kylo Ren like this. He's holding his gun. I'll just put him back there. He's holding his gun. He looks pretty awesome. I can't complain too much about him, because I don't know how you would go about fixing the articulation and the movement from him, because if you take out those rubber pieces, you're not displaying a first order trooper. So I'm not worried about it, but it doesn't make me want to go out and buy a whole squad of them, because you'll just have them all standing up waiting for some action, or maybe pointing a pistol, because to have them in all those other poses, you just couldn't do it. Well, especially kneeling down and all of that, it just doesn't look right. So that is disappointing with the figure. But other than that, which is pretty major, it's pretty good. But I'll show you just one other thing with my figure, and it probably wouldn't happen to all figures, is these ankles down here. That just screams out bodgy for me. It just looks bodgy. There's a big gap underneath the armor there. You know, why wouldn't they just keep that rubber padding going down into the feet, so you got the heel and that moves in the rubber padding? And as well as my foot here, it's not flat. It kinks up. It kinks up at the toe there. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be like that because of a pose option or not, but when you go to stand him up, he rolls on that foot, so you've got to get him right in the sweet spot to have him standing, and sometimes he looks a bit awkward. So that would be another thing. Pretty minor. I love the look of him. So Hot Toys have done a real remarkable job in the application of him and the look, and this gun is pretty awesome. So all in all, happy. Alright guys, hopefully you like this review. We'll keep it nice and short and sweet. Like and share us on your social media sites. Plenty more reviews to come. And take care. Bye.